Market might open up for the new day, and after the shocker that we saw yesterday, 1.9% wiped off local shares. We've got Cam Peacock joining us now from RG Markets in Melbourne. Cam, good morning to you. Relative calm, I think we can say that, except extremely choppy price action, which means, I wasn't all that confident by the end of the session. What are you expecting at our open today?
Yeah, good morning, Brooke. Look, after that disastrous session on Friday night across Europe and the US, their sessions last night were, as you said, one of relative calmness, and that does set us up for a little bounce on the open today. Nothing too huge. Half an hour to go yesterday. We were trading around that 39.90 level. We were hopeful that we might have been able to get our head above 4,000, but it wasn't the case. We just didn't have the confidence to get there, and as things turned out, we closed down at our session lows. Down about 1.9% at 39.85. But, at this stage we are calling the market for a small bounce this morning, up about 22 points or about 0.5% around that 4,007 level. But as we know in these times, how the market opens and how it trades during the day are two very different stories. Now, last night, of course, we had the LME Metals Exchange closed, but we do have BHP's ADR called up about 57 cents or 1.8% up in the 31.30 level. Paring back some of the losses yesterday, which for BHP were in the vicinity of 3%. We had Rio Tinto down about 4.5%, and I think similar losses for Fortescue. So it's difficult to know how the materials are going to rebound today, but things are looking a little bit more positive, at least on the open. In this sort of market, as we know, fundamentals and value really have been thrown out the window. It's all about fear of the unknown, and I think those conditions are certainly going to persist at least until the Greek elections have been concluded in the middle of the month. That's going to be a huge determinant of where we trade for the next several months. I think whether or not Greece leaves the euro, the elections are seen really as a referendum as to what the Greek citizens want to do in relation to staying in the euro. So that's going to be a key point for the market. The other thing which I think everyone's waiting for is a central bank response. Obviously, with the crisis, evolving over the course of May and, really intensifying over the last week, there's a lot of speculation now that, the Fed in particular may be forced to do more quantitative easing, and, that's another thing that could sort of get us out of these doldrums. But, at least today for our market, I suspect we're going to open a little bit higher, probably trade around that 4,000 level for much of the day, and then all eyes really on the RBA at 2:30, and I guess it's a situation what will be. 2 to 3 weeks ago, there was speculation, or the consensus was that rates would remain on hold, and as things have progressively got worse over the last couple of weeks, we seem to have a consensus now somewhere between 25 and 50 basis points. So we'll have to wait and see what happens, but it's certainly going to be a very interesting day.
What about interest rates? I mean, is this going to be market moving today, do you think, Cam?
Look, it's really difficult to say. Personally, I think we should see 50 basis points. I mean, that's what I'd like to see. I don't think the RBA will do that. But if we do get 50 basis points, that's going to be still considered a little bit of a surprise to many in the market, and we could get a little bit of a rally on the back of that. If we get 25 basis points, I think the market will hold steady, from where it's trading just prior to the announcement. If we don't get a rate cut, I think the markets will sell off, because I think there's a lot of people out there thinking that, what the RBA has done so far, the 50 basis points last month with only a portion of that being passed through, probably not enough to help consumers. And with, investor portfolios being smashed over the course of May, I mean, we're down 10.2% since that last rate cut. I think no rate cut today is certainly going to damage confidence even further.
Thank you so much, Cam Peacock. Great point about how the share market might react, especially if we don't get a cut. Thank you. Have a great day. That's Cam Peacock from RG Markets in Melbourne.